Shalom, this is THAWADAH from GMS Germany with a new lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor and thanks to YAHAWAH, BARAK, YAHWASHI, BARAK, KABAD. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, told us the truth. Peace and blessings, salutations to the Akim out there, who spread this truth and sincerity and also charity. And to the elect, to you all, I say Shalom. It's going to be a quick news, or not a quick one, but a news update about the whole thing with the C19. Because in Germany, like you see the first topic, so I got German articles, but I'm gonna translate them, parts of it in English. So it says Germany, the first Rona, basically Maxxination certificate. Because when you go in the word Ausweis can mean ID, badge, identification. See, so basically Maxxination, identification, a proof that you basically got the vaccination is handed out. Okay. So this is what you see because it says here, in the area of Bavaria, now 800 persons received a digital vaccination, basically certificate after they received this second doses of the vaccination. And that's the thing. So you're seeing that Esau is basically coming down, man. Esau is fulfilling prophecy, because what you have to understand, this is just a prelude for things to come. Okay, or rather said, this is just a prelude for the RFID chip, because now they have a digital, basically certificate for the vaccination, but soon they want to implement all on this chip, because they're even talking about here in Germany or in Europe, Salakia, talking about here in Europe. Is this the end of the physical, basically euro? Is the digital euro running over, basically taken over? Yes, it's gonna be, man. And you're seeing it more and more through the spring prophet YAHWAH. You see the prophecy fulfilling itself. Because when you go into this whole thing with the certificate, like it also says here, where is it again? Yeah, right here. EC President von der Leyen, okay, what's this? European Commission, okay, President von der Leyen, which is from Germany, dares European nations to call her bluff with announcement of mandatory vaccine certificates. See, gonna be mandatory. They're gonna be mandatory. Why? They're gonna be like, yeah, to that. It's gonna be way easier to go to countries, because they're talking about even in Germany. What was that article? Because I got a lot of articles with the Spirit concerning things of this whole basically Rona thing. Okay, so real quick, no, it wasn't this one right here. It was a time, basically, it's in the past. The government of Germany I want to basically give. Let me just look this real quick up in German, because in English, because I don't have really a good translation for it, but because I want to be as accurate as I can, you know. Let me just put it in real quick. Give me a second. So like, yeah, basic privileges. Okay, I want to give privileges to people that get vaccinated. Okay. Come. And there's a thing. Even though they said in Germany this won't happen, but when you go down to the article, this is what I said also when I heard the press conference from the health minister of Germany, because it says nobody should ask for privileges till all get the chance to vaccinate themselves. See, so there's the thing. He said himself, nobody should ask for privileges till. See, there's a thing. The heavy thing is till all had the chance to get the vaccination. So it's showing you that this gonna split the basically the country and also the world. Because even they in the articles talking about, hey, this gonna split the people, because some want to get vaccinated, the others not. So this gonna be basically bring discourse among them, man. You know. So let's go real quick to the first precept. It says 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, of his plans. Okay, we know that's all his agenda. First saying like nothing gonna happen, but then still doing it under the surface. Okay? We've seen all these things come to pass because the whole time they're talking about this won't happen, this won't happen. You know, we're all gonna be the same. There won't be mandatory Maxxination, but they're gonna be mandatory basically what is it called? Certificates. Come on, man. So real quick, let's go into the first article that I had right here. Because I want to go down real quick. Right here, because it says here, because so like yeah, a German youth doctor, basically the Ronald Schmidt, got basically 2 times vaccinated. Okay, and he said, I feel as good as before. Honestly, I feel even better, and I'm happy that I gonna live a normal life again. See, that I be able to live a normal life again. That's what he's saying. So showing you that they really think that these people really believe, or set up people to give the belief out there that this gonna be the light at the end of the tunnel, man. They think peace and safety gonna come back to this world, but hey, death and destruction is coming to this world, man. You seen the world popping off. You seen all these things coming to pass, all these prophets come to pass. You think it's gonna go back to normal? This shows that YAHWAH only deals with a certain amount of people, man. Because the people can't understand YAHWAH. Let me get it real quick. So like, give me a second. Because it says, yeah, that's the thing. So 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. See, to this world it is foolishness. They think this what we're speaking the truth is nothing. They think it's a fable. But they see these things coming now to pass, man. But unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High. See? And that's the thing, man. Yarasa, we of the elect which are saved, which are going to be saved, and it's the power of the Most High, man. This is the truth of YAHWAH that we're speaking right here. Okay? Go on. But let me just go real quick, see the whole chapter. I want to see the whole chapter, so like, give me a second. Because I want to go words above. But yeah, so going back to the article real quick. Now somebody, basically the train chief, so basically the leader of the trains is basically speaking now and says nobody basically is able to not resist, but is basically able to leave the mask behind for at first. So basically nobody is able to be without a mask at first, only because he has a vaccination certificate. So showing you that it says also at first, it's not, they say like it won't happen at first. Why? Because they wait till they can say, hey, everybody had the chance. Now these people, they got it. They have privileges. They can go back to restaurants. They can go back to bars. They can go back and have fun. Suppose they have normal life again. You know, they can meet with the people. They got also vaccinated. Showing you that Esau want to lure you in into taking that Maxxination and ultimately taking that chip, man. Because this leads all down to the chip. What we see right now is just a prelude to the chip. And like Elder Pastor House said also, hey, the Maxxination can also be the chip, man. Because they're can have the what is it called? the microchips in there, you know. And that's the thing. So we see in prophecy fulfillment. We see in Habakkuk 2 and 3 really quick come to pass, and also want to read this. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety. See, this is what we're in right now, because they're speaking about peace and safety. So like everything gonna come back to normal. Everything gonna be good again. That's what they're talking about the whole time. Then some destruction cometh upon them. See, then destruction out of nowhere gonna come upon them, as travail upon a womb of child, and they shall not escape. So like the birth upon a womb of child. So the childbirth, like it comes out of nowhere, destruction gonna come out of nowhere, and nobody gonna escape but the elect. Like it says in Jeremiah 37, because we have to understand. So we have to understand that this all leading down to Jacob's trouble, man. Because soon it can be said, hey, you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna lose your house because you're refusing to take the Maxxination. Like I got two articles right here. It says here, basically kicked out because they didn't want to take the Maxxination. See? So basically they get kicked out of the job because they refused to take the Maxxination. See that? It says here 7 workers basically in a let me just look it up real quick. Nah, basically like a care for all people, you know. They got kicked out because they refused. So like because they refused to take the Maxxination, or they want to kick them out, rather said. And now the lawyer says, hey, say no and go to the court, you know. But showing you in which situation we are, because they said Germany said openly, the German health minister said openly, hey, there won't be a mandatory vaccination. But now they're saying for certain groups of people, for certain jobs, we should have mandatory vaccination, man, which is healthcare. Showing you that you can't trust Esau. Let's get there real quick in the book of Sirach, man. Real quick. Real quick. Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, also Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is wickedness. So like when iron has rust, you wipe the rust away from the iron, they're gonna come back again. So is the wickedness of our enemy, of Esau, man, of the other nations. They're gonna still stay wicked. Why? Because the Lord called them the border of wickedness. That's what we have to understand. So we should never trust them. But you put your trust in them. Like I just saw a video from the big brother from the New York camp, from James Watchman. Basically the the White House Negro, man, crying for Joe Biden, thinking this is gonna be the salvation, thinking this he gonna save you. Let's real quick get a precept and so like let's real quick get a precept and Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, this saith Yahawah. They take counsel but not of me, and they cover with a covering but not of my spirit. See, you cover with the spirit of Satan, man. This is what you're covering yourself with, because you go to, like we're gonna read, you're gonna go to you go down to Egypt for help, man, instead of YAHAWASHI, man, that they may add sin to sin. This is what you want to do. You want to live in sin because your flesh is kicking in, because the spirit is weak in you, man. The spirit is not dealing with you. That's why you want to be in sin. That's why you want to prolong this kingdom. That's why you want to dwell in this kingdom. That's why even though we bring all this information out about all these things, that all your privileges, all your so-called rights that you had gonna be taken away, but you don't want to listen. And it's gonna be the bitter end for you. Straight up. You're gonna get kicked out of a job because you don't wanna get the vaccination. Normally your bosses here in Germany are not even allowed to ask you that. They're not even allowed to ask you basic medical history. They're not allowed to ask you that. But they changed the law. Like it says in Daniel. Let's get there real quick, man. Let's get Daniel chapter 7. You know, Daniel chapter 7 and verse Salakia. Change times and laws. Where is it again? Right here. I was right. Daniel 7:25 Salakia. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And that's what Esau doing right now, man. This is what this kingdom right now under Esau's rulership is doing to us. It's wearing out the saints, which are the Israelites, and think to change times and laws. See, and that's what he's doing. He's thinking to change times and laws. He got his own calendar. He got his own time system and everything. And then he got the laws changed up every year. New laws coming up, old laws getting done away with. Okay, like Joe Biden came to office and basically gave these abominations rights. Okay, these transformers, these transvestites, gave them rights. They can basically what is it called in English? Join in female sports. Showing you these females gonna be soon done. These female sports are done. When these transformers gonna come into the sport, into the section, it's gonna be done for them. More and more gonna come. It's just gonna be weak men gonna join the females to stand out. And that's the thing. So you have to understand that he's changing laws, and that's what we're seeing. He's changing laws that he can look in your medical history to say, like I said in the past. Now we have the prime example. The words that we speak are truth, man. You know, the words that we speak is truth and not lie. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, SHAM, YAHAWASHI. Because it said a while back, hey, they can now look in your medical history and can ask you, did you get the Maxxination or not? If you didn't get it, you don't get a job. You get kicked out of your job even, like you see right here. So you have to understand, maybe these females here, the 7 females, worked there for 15, 20 years or something. Now they refuse to take the Maxxination and get kicked out. Showing you that Esau coming down with his great wrath, man. Let's get there real quick. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Esau Edom, which is the physical embodiment of Satan, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. See? So he knows that he has but a short time. That's why he come down with the great wrath. That's why he changing. That's why he come changing times and law, or rest changing laws, and also come with these draconian laws. Okay? Because in Germany, in certain areas, you still have it that you're only allowed to travel 15 kilometers. And this is the draconian law. You're not even allowed to go out. You're not. We only allowed to meet another one more person, man. You know. So we've seen all these things to come to pass. We've seen these prophecies speaking. The more hell and the more chaos in this world breaks out, the closer is our kingdom. We have to understand that, and we're rejoicing right now because this brings me to rejoicing. People losing their jobs, man. The grinding is season, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12:3. All these things coming to pass is beautiful. To the spirit and power of Yahweh, SHAM, YAHAWASHI. Because real quick, another article where it says, no, I want to get this first. It says here, Bavaria dentist is basically threatening his employees if they refuse the Maxxination with a suspension. So if they refuse to take the Maxxination, they're gonna get suspended. And what you have to understand, we told you all these things, that you're gonna lose your job if you don't want to do it. You said, it's not true. But you're seeing these things come to pass. So a cracker like this said, hey, if you don't want to take the Maxxination, you're out. Because he said you're gonna be suspended and won't get money. So he gonna basically let you be still employed, but he won't pay you till you're gonna get it. To supposedly under the banner of protection. This is what they're doing always. We're doing all these things to protect you. You have to wear the mask everywhere to protect you. You have to get this Maxxination to protect you. Even though Yahweh is protecting us. And this is why it says, going back to Isaiah, to the 30:2, or 1 again, woe to the rebellious children. Okay? Why? They walk to go down into Egypt and have an ass in my mouth. See? So you're going back to Egypt, like in the wilderness. Hey, like in the wilderness, where the wicked Israelites was like, hey, let's go back to Egypt, where we had the cucumbers, the garlic, all these things they had always food because they had no faith in Yahweh SHAM, YAHAWASHI. And then the Lord let quails and Remember, right? Yeah, but he did it. He let men fall from heaven, okay? And quails come, man, that they have food. But you see that they're rebellious children. They take counsel, but not from Yahweh Shai. If they would take counsel from Yahweh Shai, they would listen to us. But they want to listen to the world to add sin to sin. So verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. See? Strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And who's the mother than Pharaoh? Who's ruling Babylon right now? And it's what they're doing. And trust in the shadow of Egypt. So trust in the protection of Egypt. And this is what this world doing. Especially in Babylon, America. And also over here. These people believe in the government so much that they would look past all that they did in the past and still do unto this day. And still be like, hey, we trust in the shadow of Egypt. We're still trusting in the protection of our oppressor for a slave master. This showing you how destroyed our people are, like it says in Hosea 4:6, verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. See? So the strength of Pharaoh gonna be your shame, man. You trust in the Pharaoh gonna be turned to your shame. Because you're gonna see the salvation of Yahweh Shai gonna be zapped or burnt, or as it burnt to ashes, man. And the trust of it's like and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. And that's the thing, because you think that because you're obeying to a certain degree, you don't go against the government. It's gonna be your confusion because you think like, I'm gonna trust in Egypt, gonna do my thing, gonna trust in Esau, gonna trust in Babylon, which is America, gonna trust in these things, and then don't know what they turn against you. They put you in FEMA camps. They want to kill you. You're gonna be completely confused, man. But it is all prophecy to this also like you. The spirit of Yahweh Shai. Let's get real quick another precept. It's Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. See? So destruction unto them that go down to Egypt for help. You seeking help from Esau, man? From the government for all your problems? Females talking about, hey, the government is my husband? Destruction unto you. Men is basically, instead of handling the business themselves, instead of having trust in Yahweh Shai, faith in Yahweh Shai, not to take the Maxxination, but they say like, fuck it, we're gonna go to Egypt for help, man. I need a physical carnal beast to help me. There has no law, nothing. Hey, get ready for death and destruction, and stay on horses, see? And trust in chariots, so use trust in Esau's army, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh, the Lord, see? So basically, you don't trust in Yahweh Shai, which is omnipotent, which is the creator. You trust rather and worship the creation more than the creator. This way the Lord give you up to your filthy lust, like it says in Romans 1. And that's the thing. So we've seen all these things come to pass. And we hasten the day of Yahweh Shai, like El Apostle crowned us here. Hastening the day of Yahweh Shai because we see all these things come to pass. Okay, 800 people already in Germany got the Maxxination certificate or ID, and it's digital too. It's got the QR code like they talked about in the UK. God, let me just go down real quick. Just bear with me 1 second. I just want to see where they said basically how it's set up. But yeah, like I said, so they have all the information in front, then on the back they have a QR code that they can scan. Okay, and what you think? Why they need to scan it? Then I'm just gonna be like, hey, all stores, we're gonna give you all these things. You have to get these things, and people that got the Maxxination can go in without a mask and nothing. And that's the thing, man. So they want to deceive you and taken the Maxxination also. They want to deceive you to ultimately take their chip. Okay, because like it says also in Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7, and it says, and when 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And this happened after the dark ages, when the Israelites ruled 1,000 years in Europe. Esau was released out of his prison again. Verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations. See? So Esau is going out right now to deceive the nations, which are in the four quarters of the earth. So Esau is deceiving the nations. And what he going to deceive them? Following him, trusting him, and ultimately taking the chip. Gog and Magog, which is Russia, to gather them together to battle. The number of whom is the sand of the seesaw. Russia is going to fight against America, man. Okay? Esau going to destroy Esau. And that's the thing. But we have to understand that this is not a light thing. This is heavy news. Because a lot of things can change now. Okay, like we said also in camp, and also like I have in my mind last week or even before that, we should really prepare ourselves for job losses and also to be homeless, man. Okay, because when you don't have a job, who's gonna pay your rent? The government? The government says why you don't have a job anymore? You say because I refuse to Maxxination. Boom. Okay, we don't pay you. Why you don't get it? Because I believe this and this. Hey, the Lord gonna take care of us, I know it. But we should just prepare ourselves to lose everything, man. The comfort gonna be completely taken away. Okay, so now I have one or two more articles, and then I'm just gonna hit from precepts and I'll also close out. But like I said, so in the healthcare, they kicked out people. I want to kick out people because they refuse to take the vaccination. Then in the dentist, they refusing to take the vaccination. They want to be kicked out. Okay, and this thing. So you're seeing these things happening. And now they even want to basically put wanna let me look it up real quick in English, so like it because no search display. I don't know, it's a really display. Let me look up real quick. Give me a second. Bear with me 1 second, Babak. Because a certain words in German you don't hear normally, or you don't hear often in the English. Okay. Nah. Basically, they want to sell out. Not they want to basically get the dentist. They want to basically force them to take the vaccination. They call them out to the police. Basically, this is what they did. Okay. This is what they did. Why? Because they said like, hey, he want to force us to take it, even though we don't want to do it. He want to force us, man. This can't go. So showing you that a lot of basic chaos is coming for this world. All our chaos is coming for this world to spring Prof YAHWASHI. Revolts like never before gonna happen around the four corners. You got the whole time revolt, and also like I saw an article, they want to go down heavy. China want to go down heavy in Hong Kong. So you seen, hey, these people gonna go crazy also. So we have to prepare ourselves for much more crazy times and hard times, but at the end they're gonna be just rejoicing for us if we endure, because the Lord gonna take care of us. Okay. So real quick, we had this article gone. So real quick, I want to go into this one. Just read a little bit of it. So it says again, EC President, European Commission President von der Leyen dares European nations to call her bluff with announcement of mandatory Maxxination certificates. Europeans must carry certificates proving they have been vaccinated against C-19 to travel. See, you want to travel? You have to get the Maxxination. That's what they're basically saying, telling you. So the second is chapter 15 verse 14, and it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. See? So destruction unto the world and them that dwell, that be in this world, that are in this world, that trust in this world, man. Because we in this world, we abuse the world. It's like we use the world but not abusing it. So we in the world, but we just taking what we need and be gone. This is what we're doing. We're not chilling here making a living here. No. We're barely making it. We are yet this day in our captivity. Verse 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. See? The sword and the destruction draweth nigh, man. The nuclear destruction is drawing nigh to spring Prof YAHWASHI. Because the nations are angry, man. The nations are mad. But they're all playing the part of YAHWASHI. Because he controls all things. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. the more their sword is a gun. So civil unrest, lawlessness is gonna come. Okay, people gonna fight against people. Like it says also in Second Ezra. Let me get it real quick. Second Ezra, 6th chapter. Okay, 6 and I think 24. Was it? Second Ezra chapter 6 to 24, and it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. See, so your neighbor, your friend that you was closest with, gonna wanna kill you. Why? Because he has a different view of you. He like, I believe in the Maxxination. You don't. I believe in the government. You don't. You're gonna have a lot of betrayal, a lot of betrayal and backstabbing soon. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell there. See? The earth gonna stand in fear with them that dwell there, man. They trust in this world. They trust in Egypt. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Okay, verse 25. Whoso remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. See? Of this world, man. And that's the thing. And then also in 2nd Ezra 5th chapter, it says this. What was it? Let me look it up in my apocrypha. Give me a second, Babukshah. Because I know I have written down there. See right here. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 9. And salt waters shall be found in its wheat. So basically everything upside down. Woe unto them, they call evil good and good evil. And all friends shall destroy one another. See? So friends. And when you go into the word friends, it even goes back, I think, let me look it up in the Hebrew. And let me just type it in real quick. No, I need that. But here I'm done. Friend. Oh shit. Let me look up friend in the Hebrew. And it says, alright, no, I don't want that. Let me go to the book of Proverbs. Yeah, let me go to this right here. Friend. Friend. It says right. It says what? A friend, companion, fellow, another person. Friend, inmate. Intimate, I like you. Fellow citizen, another person, another. And we could look up friend in etymology. One attached to another by feelings of personal regard and preference. Okay, lover, friend. See? Because when I think about when I heard the lover part, I was thinking immediately about David and Jonathan. Okay, because they were brothers, man. They were friends. They were true friends. Okay, they were ready to die for each other, basically. Okay, let me real quick look up also the word brother. Here, right here, it says your brother. In Hebrew, ak, and it says brother, brother of same persons, half brother, related. So like a relative, kinship, same tribe. See, also showing you a same tribe. Okay, going back also again to Israel. Um, gone, gone. So now we made the point in this article. Like I said again, they want to kick the people out for refusing the Maxxination. So prepare yourself for job loss. Same thing here again. Yeah, this also. So like yeah, this we get also. Going back to this article real quick, and it says, oh, so like yeah, this is what I want to read. 2 Chapter 15 and verse 16. So you're gonna have civil unrest, and it's what's in their hands. Like it says in verse 15 again, 2 Chapter 15 and 15. So guns in their hands. Okay, all our care is gonna come. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition. And when you go into the word sedition, it means uproar, basically uproar against the civil authority. So basically revolting against the government. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. In the course of the action shall stand down power. And this is what we facing soon. This is what we're seeing step by step brewing under the surface. People don't understand it, but we've seen it come. People are ready to fight against the government, man. And they won't listen to the kings, to these leaders, nor their princes. And the course of their action shall stand their own power, so they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. Verse 17, and now's the point. And it says, the man shall desire to go into his city, and shall not be able. That's what you're seeing, because from the line, the demon said what? Right here. Europeans must carry certificates proving that they have been vaccinated against C19 to travel. See? As is likely shocking for Europeans who'd never heard of such a rule. See? So they're seeing things never seen before. Just showing you that we in the end. All these things happening, we had never a situation like that on this planet Earth. Just showing you that we in the end. That's why I said, hey, we shouldn't take this lightly. Maxxination IDs. And then also digital. Talking about, hey, the euro gonna be done soon. The physical euro. The digital euro gonna rule. Showing you everything is leading to the Alpha of Egypt. Everything is leading to Revelation 13 and 16. Okay? Gone. Von der Leyen sprung the idea of a mutually recognized vaccination certificate as a medical requirement for travel on Thursday. So basically, yeah, about a week ago or something. Yeah, well, a little bit more than a week. In the course of praising a similar plan outlined to her in the letter from Greek PM, from the Greek PM basically. It is a medical requirement to have a certificate proving that you have been vaccinated. Okay, von der Leyen told Portuguese reporters. And that's the thing. So you're seeing things are changing, man. Times are changing. That's why it says also in 2 Ezra, let's get there real quick. 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's what we're doing, man. That's why we have to seek these articles daily. So we have to seek the news daily, like the Apostle taught us to do. Because how do we measure the times? We line up the prophecies with the events that happen right now in the world. That's what we're doing. That's why we know the Alpha of Egypt is not far away. That's why we know Jacob's trouble is right at his doorstep, man, to kick in all our chaos. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I've told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, we've seen the whole time. Earthquakes we see all out the years, and even the high magnitude, man. You know, the high level earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, what we've seen through all 2019 and all 2020, and right now going on still all over the world. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Salakia spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So everything's predestined. This is prophecy, man. Speaking before. This is what YAHWASHI does. Okay. So going back real quick in the a precept in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, and it says, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, and it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry." So the vision is for appointed time. The prophecy is for appointed time. So it's speaking 2,000 years ago, 2,000 years and plus. Okay, thousands of years ago it's speaking, now it's come to pass, because right now is the appointed time to come to pass. Okay, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. See, at the end they're going to speak and not lie, because it's going to come to pass. Though it tarry, even though it looks like it's going to come too late, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, so it won't come too late. It's going to be for his appointed time. Okay, and it's what we've seen through the Supreme Power of YAHWAH. So right now I got just one more article, and then we're going to close all the thing. So it says here, German foreign minister, which is Heiko Maas, says Maxxinated people should be exempt from some C-19 restrictions, which is the quarantine, which is what was the other thing also? Let's go real quick into it. German foreign minister Heiko Maas has called C-19 restrictions for those who have been vaccinated to be relaxed, saying they should get their rights back, as well as business owners who can reopen to serve them. See, so you have to understand Esau. Esau made it so hard, or basically put you in such how can I say in English? They put you in such horrible condition that you only can go to him to get a solution. This is what he wants, because he put the restriction on you. He said, "Hey, the restaurant's closed. You can't meet people. You can't go out. You can't go to the gym. You can't do nothing but to go to your job like an animal. Go to your job and eat and sleep. This is the only thing that you can do now." Okay. So now he says, "Hey, now we got the solution. Take the Maxxination, and everything gonna be soft again." And the same thing they're gonna do with the chip. Take the chip, and everything gonna be soft again. And if you take the chip, I'm serious, you're done. You're done. You're gonna be destroyed for this shit, because you ultimately really sold yourself out to Satan. You really made a contract to Satan himself, man. Okay. And it says, keep on reading real quick, and it says, an interview with German tabloid Bild, and tabloid is basically a small news outlet. Let's look it up again. Tabloid. And it says here, it says small tabloid of medicine. See, when you go down, it says here, hence tabloid journalism. And it says a newspaper that typified it, so-called for having short. See, so basically condensed news articles, and or for being small in size. See, so small size news outlet basically. Okay, that's the thing. So going back, because people say the Bild, which is a German news outlet, they say they're overdoing things. So what they're doing too, man. When they have sometimes headlines, they make it over. They overdo it, man. But to finish it here, in an interview with German tabloid Bild on Sunday, which is already 2 weeks ago, or more than 2 weeks ago, Maas proposed allowing vaccinated Germans to go back to normal. See, so they said, "Hey, you want to go back to normal? Take that vaccination. You want to go back to normal and live your life? Take that chip." See, through the Supreme Power of YAHWAH, we see clearly through that, arguing that if there are only vaccinated people in the restaurant or in the cinema, they can no longer endanger each other, which is a lie. Because even after they received the thing, they still got sick and even died. And that's the thing. So you're seeing all these things come to pass, and what person you ought to be, man. Like it says here in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13, no 12. Looking for an hastening looking for and hasting. See, so we're looking and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Messiah Yahweh. See, so we looking and we want this there. Okay, we want the day to come right now. We want all these prophecies to come to pass and everything happen right now, that we're gonna be finally out of here. When the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, when the earth righteousness is what we're really doing. But we could go up to verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So we should examine ourselves. That we're going to look, that we have really this mentality to look and hasten unto the coming of Yahawashi, to look for a new heaven, new earth, when the earth righteousness, man. Okay. But to close out this lesson, I want to read Revelation chapter 13 and 15 or 16. And it says, and he, Esau Edom. Well, let's start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast, this way of living, okay, the ways of this world, what this world is bringing out, for example, take the Maxxination of the beast, should be killed. So this is what we're coming in right now. Right now they're just casting you out, but soon we're going to come to a situation where they're going to be like, hey, if you don't want to go all the way, we're going to kill your ass. Okay, and there comes the chip in, verse 16. And he calls all, he Esau Edom, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So everybody, if you're small or great, if you're rich or a poor man on the street, the homeless person, if you're free in the prison, or if you're free, supposedly free in the streets or bond in the prison, to receive a mark, which is the RFID chip, which is charagma, okay, which is an imprinted mark in the right hand or on the foreheads. So either in your right hand or in your foreheads, which is a brain chip. And that no man might buy or sell. See, so you only can buy with the chip, because it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So basically it's saying you only will be able to sell and buy with that mark. So you're only allowed to work with that mark. You're only allowed to do purchases, live with that mark. This mark gonna supposedly make you living. If you're gonna take that mark, you're gonna be living according to Esau, but you're gonna be dead according to Yahawashi, because you don't trust in the Heavenly Father. He's gonna make you, even though all these things gonna go on, death, hell, chaos. Yahawashi is gonna let us eat and gonna let us have everything we need. But you're gonna trust in Esau? So go to hell with Esau, man. Go down with Esau. Straight up. He is wisdom, let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for his number of a man, and his number is 603.6, so his number is 666, which you see everywhere, which you see on every barcode, man. Okay, and that's the thing. So was just a news update to the spirit, that we understand what's going on, you know, here in Germany. Basic news update in Germany, how it's gonna call it. Maxxination IDs, travel restrictions, job losses because of Maxxination. And one last precept, real quick, in Ecclesiastes 12 and 3, straight to the point, and it says, in that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, okay, and the strong men shall bow themselves. So the keepers of the house are the elites, okay, they're trembling. And when you go into the word house, it represents basically the economy, man. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they're few. See, because people losing their jobs, people losing their jobs left and right because of this Maxxination, man. Okay, real quick, wanted to go back right here also. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 3. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly. See, suddenly out of nowhere. That's what we're seeing right now. This world, the stability of this world, because when you think about the root of a tree, it keeps basically the tree stable. So if the root is taken out, the tree is dead. The same thing's happening to this world right now. Okay. So this world is going down, and you want to still believe in this world? You want to still be part of this world? Get ready for death and destruction, man. Straight up. Come on. So going back real quick to Ecclesiastes 12:3, it says, "And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Because normally when you look out the window, you think it's gonna all be fine and dandy, gonna be light there. But their hope gonna be darkened. There won't be any hope for these people anymore, man. But yes, was everything I got. YAHAWAH to the Spirit, Paul, mercy, grace of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem KADASH, was this lesson edifying for the elect? I want to give once again, HALALYAM, HAWAD, KABAD, THAWADAH, AHBANAWA, YAHWAH, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem KADASH, BARAK YAHWAH, BARAK YAHUSHAI, BARAK YAHWAH, BARAK YAHUSHAI, BARAK YAHWAH, BARAK YAHUSHAI, Bashem KADASH, YAHWeh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem KADASH, Barakatam, Wahablatam, Shalom, to the elect. YAHAWAH to the next time, Shalom, Wa Barakatam, Wa Ba Ba Ba, man, Shalom.